Hi Gemini, welcome to New Era. My name is Emma. Welcome back to my channel. I've been do you say that? For about 3 weeks, I think, and it's a bit longer than I intended, but life happens, and so I'm here now. Happy New Year, god fortsättning as we say in Swedish, and I will do a love reading for you today, which is for the upcoming 2 weeks, and I have switched it up here a bit. I'm using the Doreen Virtue Power tarot cards. It's still not a tarot reading. To be completely honest, I don't know tarot. I love the cards, I love what you find in them, but then I go strictly on my intuition and what messages I get. And I'm sort of just using, let's see what flipped there, 5 of Ariel. That is love, guys. Yeah, so I'm using a new card deck to just sort of have more fun myself. But if there's something in the cards that you recognize, if you are a like heavy tarot reader and you know everything that's like, then it didn't say anything like that. And in that 10 of Gabriel, like straight off the bat, 10 of Gabriel. I have no idea what that means. But if you're a good tarot reader, you know that 10 stands for something when it's like, yeah. So I've had my own language and I've learned symbolism of my own over the years. But if something stands out to you, use that. Like use your intuition, use your guidance for whatever it's wanting to bring through to you. So also let's see what's coming through here as like if you're in a committed relationship or if you're single, what kind of stories that come out. Sometimes stories for both comes out, sometimes nothing comes out. And I'm like, bye. Okay, it's not gonna jump, so I'm gonna choose them or pick 3. Was that a card? It was a card, but was that the card? I'm a bit, I don't know, all over the place. Sorry. 3 cards to start with. Let's see. Wow. Wow. Yeah, and I do want to say Archangel Michael has really been with me for the past like week, 1.5 weeks. He's always with me, but in a very like strong way. Maybe that feels resonant to you as well. So let's look at this. The wheel, the number 10, the wheel, it says new beginnings, end of delays, a change in direction that offers happiness. And this is due to love. I'm going to get into this and what I see. You see the yeah, this is Archangel Jeremiel, I would say in Swedish, Jeremiel, maybe? Jeremiel. 8 of Michael. You can be free, make a courageous choice to change your situation. I'm feeling where this is headed. 7 of Raphael. Time to make a decision. Wow. Okay, so we literally almost have 3 cards that say the same. So what I'm feeling strongly is that this is going to be a reading for either if you're single or if you're in a committed relationship that you're starting to wonder whether you should stay. It's interesting because I think it's I guess with all the eclipses and all, like with the new decade, with new energy, I feel like there's a lot of people thinking about leaving their relationships or like wondering whether to stay in it or not, because I feel like you're asking for more. We have upgraded our energy a whole bunch of a lot. You can say that. And I feel like with this shift after 2020, it's like not much can stay the same. And so whatever didn't work in the past, you sort of maybe could drag it along if you tried, and you weren't super happy, but you could drag it along. And it's like now when we shifted into this new energy, it's like, no, it can't stay anymore. So let's just look into this. So first of all, we have something that's completing. We have number 10 to me stands for a completion, but also new beginnings. Like the 9 is like an ending, versus 10 like 1 is a new beginning, and 10 to me is like a completion of something. And since we're talking about love and relationships here, you might have come to a completion in your relationship. You might feel like this, it's the wheel, but it's also like it's come full circle. So it's the wheel. We talk about the wheel of fortune. This is the wheel of love. So it's like it's not focusing on the ending, it's focusing rather on where you're headed, like what is going to come in to your life in terms of love. But it at the same time is like, it says new beginnings, end of delays, a change in direction that offers happiness. So it's like, I feel like you saw it coming. You haven't, it's not a like, what do I want to leave this relationship? I feel this is when something is complete like this, it's almost like you've been waiting for this opportunity to end it, or like something has just gone, it's going on wheels, like it's just, repetitive. It's the ekorren i hjulet. What is that? Maybe that's completely you're just doing the same thing, the same thing over and over again, and it's like, it's just repetitive with the wheel. And we don't have to invent the wheel one more time. You know the wheel by now. You know how it's shifting. You know what's coming, and it's like if it reached the end position of this relationship. At least what it feels like to me. And it could be, for some guys, you must feel this in your heart or gut yourself. It could be that it's the end of a completion. It's a completion and the end of a cycle in the relationship. Like the relationship could stay intact, but whatever we've done up until now, it just does not work anymore. We need to shift something. We need to get into a different mindset around this relationship, and maybe put as much work into, Gemini, I love you guys, but you have so much on your plate always. And sometimes you might put, the same way that you fill up your calendar with stuff to do, if you could put as much on your relationship as you put in your calendar about stuff to do, my goodness, where your relationship could be. So it might be that something just needs to shift around, to change up a bit for you to find each other in a new way again. But for the general Gemini, I feel like this is you just feeling like this is, we have reached as high as we can reach, as high as potential as we can get to together, and it's like time to go our separate ways. The angel that comes in is also dressed in purple, and that's very spiritual to me. Purple just stands for spirituality for me. So I feel like the angel comes in to talk about spirituality, like you're like reaching for sort of a next level. And if you can't find that in your current relationship, you're probably being guided away from it at this moment in time. So, and then we have 8 on Michael, and I just love Michael. Michael is all about like action. Michael is all about, I got your back, I got you protected, whatever you need, I'm here for you. And it's all about, it's a green light, go. Like you can do it. We don't have to procrastinate anymore, which means, what in Swedish? Skjuta upp saker. You don't have to think about this another day. It's like you can do it now. You have enough information. It says you can be free. So there's something about, on the bottom it says you can be free. Make a courageous choice to change your situation. Not seeing things clearly. I think you're afraid to hurt your partner. I think, and I think you've, well, I'm going to confuse it even more for you now. I'm going to so put this back on you to just feel it in your gut, what you want. If I say it's time to leave the relationship and you feel a bit of relief in that, that is your sign for leaving the relationship. If I say it's time for you to pick up your stuff and go, and every fiber of your being is like, I don't want that, then that's your indication to listen to your guidance that, okay, if I hear it that clearly, it's time to go, and I feel, no, I don't want to, then that's your guidance. You're not ready, at least not now. You're not ready, not now. What? Archangel Michael is showing you a way out. He is just coming in to give you guidance, to show you direction, to really listen to your inner voice right now, where you're being guided. And this card just comes with, you can be free. So the two stories here is that one story is that you don't have to continue to choose this relationship. You can actually have another relationship, feeling really free in that relationship, because there's something about not being completely authentically yourself in this. It's not like, and together with this spiritual card coming in, there's something about not completely being on the same level spiritually, I feel. So maybe you feel like, if whatever, woman or man, if you feel like your partner sort of is not picking up pace, like speed, like if they're not coming along for the ride, if you know what I mean, and there's nothing wrong with having different pace in life, like having different, one moves faster and the other moves slower in certain areas, and vice versa. And actually, I get a bit dizzy when I'm talking about this. I think you really are thinking about this one. You really are, and I think, and it breaks my heart a bit, because it breaks your heart a bit. It feels like you're so concerned about what it's going to do to other people. If it's like, I can't ask for this freedom. I promised this person, maybe you're married and you said, for better or for worse, you said, till death do us part. But maybe this is your spiritual death and it's time. And Archangel Michael just comes in to say there's freedom elsewhere. You can find freedom. And for this other group, I feel that there's more. You actually can find freedom within the relationship that you're in. If you die a slow death, when I say that, when I sort of bring you back into the relationship, that's your hint of, no, I'm not going to go back there. But take your time. It's Eight of Michael. Eight of Michael, I don't know what that says, but to me, when 8 and Michael shows up, 8 for me is eternity. So there's love for eternity. There's like love to go around for everybody. It's love for you to go around. It's love for your person to go around. You won't like ditch them and they won't find love ever again. It's not true, Gemini. And Michael is all about, I got your back, you're safe. If you're a Gemini and you're in a situation where you feel like we're done, we're over, but maybe you're relying on your partner for financing, maybe you're relying on them for, it was their house that you stayed in, maybe you have kids together, you don't want this every other week stuff, and you feel like, yeah, I would have left 2 years ago if I saw how I could like manage myself and my kids. Maybe you have 2 or even 3 kids to take care of, and you just don't see how we were supposed to do that. And so you stay for the finances, but it's starting to have like you're starting to break down. It's like, and then when Michael is here, he's just saying, I got your back. You're actually going to bring in more finances if you leave this person or situation, because when you do, you're going to free yourself up. You're going to find freedom within yourself. And when you find freedom within yourself, you attract more of what is in alignment with that freedom. When you're closed off, like I feel like some of you Geminis are right now, you're actually hindering other things from coming in as well. And then you think, I can't even manage with this person. How in the heck am I supposed to manage without them? You're actually going to manage better without them. You're going to have take a little leap of faith in the very beginning, and have a bit of faith in the beginning before you see the results of your freedom feeling picking up pace, if that makes sense. But it says so strongly, you can be free, make a courageous choice. So I get it that there's I think it's mirroring, so I don't know if you see that, but yeah, It's like open the gates, open the floodgates, let it in, what really you want instead, and it's waiting there for you. You have Archangel Michael right like in your back, all like every step of the way. Yeah. First card is very spiritual, very purple. The next card is very blue. So that's like speak your truth, speak your mind, be authentic to who you are. It's like a put your foot down, but not in a like, not in a being a bitch. Put your foot down. It's more like I need this is what I want for my life now. Like that's the blue. That's the throat chakra, guys. And then we have the 7 of Raphael. Raphael for me is very like healing wounds, healing trauma, healing heartache, healing, yeah. And here it says, and it's green, so it's all about the healing. It's all about, it really is gonna be beautiful. It's this time to make a decision. Be clear on what you want and then take action. It's sort of this almost the same thing. It's Michael with the action. It's time to, you can be free, make a courageous choice to change your situation is the first one. And then it's time to make a decision, be clear on what you want and take action. So this is like, Seven of Raphael is 7 to me is also completion. 7 on the 7th day he rested, like God rested on the 7th day. Or so I've heard. And we have 7 days in a week. We have like on the 7th day it's like a full week, and then it starts over. And we have it's like a completion here as well. We have 7 of Raphael. So there's something that's been healing, something that's been in the works, something that you're working towards. I think again, this is your conscience, this is your guilt feeling, this is your I don't know if I can hurt them that much, or you know. And I guess no breakup is fun, but you're doing them a disservice by staying with somebody that maybe you know in your heart that you're not supposed to stay with. There's stairs behind there. There's stairs up to sort of this well, brunn. And then it continues to like be steps like up behind there. So I feel like it's like important for you to know that the journey doesn't end here. The journey actually starts here. Guys, let's pull some final cards here. Funny because it's like get your ducks in a row. It's like, I don't know if you see that. Up here, there's the ducks. I don't know, the expression in English is like get your ducks in a row, like get your shit straight. get your stuff together and make a decision, because it's time. But the main thing that comes out is it's new beginnings. It's the end of delays. It's like you're not procrastinating anymore. It's like you can't. It's like you can't anymore. You can practice how you're gonna like ask Archangel Michael for help. Ask for help to when is the perfect timing to have this talk. And it's not like you're gonna hit them over the head with a sledgehammer where they go, what? They're gonna go, yeah. And depending on how well they respond to your finalization of this, but I'm telling you, either something major drastically has to change in your relationship for you to want to stay there, or you have to end it. Take your time, go into meditation, be in solitude, talk to friends, talk to your angels if that's something that you do. But I feel like you already know this one. You know whether to stay or to go. Oh, that was 2. Five, and 4. Yeah. It's so interesting because up until recently, 5 to me was a really, like 5, and still is. 5 is like the life path for me. Like, this is your life path. And up until recently, that was a very cheerful number for me. Like, yes, when I see a 5, it's like, yay. And then it's like 5 is almost like we move out of 5 now. Who wants to stay in 5? I don't even know what that means. But yeah, okay. I don't know if that was really confusing for some or whatever. My hair today. So the first one, did you see how I did that? I need glasses. Took me a couple of years to get there, but I need them now. I've laughed at every person in the past that has done this. Like, do you see now when you're that far? Everything happens for a reason. Release regret and embrace the opportunities for happiness. Search for the silver lining. Oh my God, it's like, and it's Raphael again. It comes in with healing. It comes in with you're so complete in yourself. I feel like this is not you. You're so concerned about your person, Gemini. You're concerned about your person, but it comes as a reassuring everything happens for a reason. And release regret. And I feel like add guilt to that. Add that it's not your, it's just something has come full circle here. And maybe with a bit of counseling, a bit of, wanting this so much that right, because we have another 5 here, which is orange, which is, oh man, this is like a whole other reading. Okay, let's do this quick because I'm really over time here. A challenge you can resolve. Withdraw from the drama of others. Have patience with yourself and those around you. With this orange, I just feel that this is due to your, like, the sacral chakra. This is like your sexual chakra. This is your creativity. I always say whoever put those two together made a major mistake. It's a golden puzzle here. You have the golden puzzle and you're putting down the final touches to have your full puzzle like in place to actually see what it is that you want. So maybe on some hours in a day, you're like, oh, man, am I making the right decision? Like you're still having thoughts about, can we not work this through? And I'm telling you, for some of you guys, you can. I feel like you probably need to swallow your head and change your body and go to counseling and really, really switch things up, like change things in order for this to work. But for some of you guys, it says on the other card, look for the silver lining. There is hope. But when I say this to some people that you can actually go back and be here, you will crumble inside, and that is your sign for no, I cannot stay here anymore. And that's like you need the courage to move on. Then we have 4 on Michael. And 4 for me, it's like the heart. It's like the completion of, how should I say this? The completion of like a love journey. Like it's like the wheel, but in a different light. Yeah, and it says insight comes from quiet meditation, the need for more sleep or time off, seek relief from stress. I just feel I'm more drawn to the 4 on Michael here. Meditating is always good, but it's sort of the same because we have this here with the different colors. We get to choose different colors here. So it is somewhat a completion. It is a completion. You have, no matter how I sort of want to be able to say, guys, there is always a way. There's always a way to find yourself like back with this person and solve things. But the major message is that you won't. It's like for Michael, it's like the end of a love cycle within yourself. It's like you've learned so much. You've learned everything there is to learn. You learn every day for the rest of your life, but you learn so much about yourself, of yourself, due to other people, like just, yeah. And it's time to sort of almost, I know it sounds a bit cliche and maybe a bit cheesy, but it's time for your soulmate. It's time for that love that you've reached and that you have sort of come to understand now. It's a bit reflective here. Get into quiet meditation. Find your answers there. You're not hurting the person you're leaving if you're leaving them. They can take care of themselves. If you're the person who's being left, if you know in your heart that your person wants, or if you're, what I've learned now, there's something called a cross watcher. Like if you're watching this because maybe your partner is a Gemini, please help them and have the conversation. Please take responsibility, because you know for a fact that if they feel like you're not it, you're not it. I'm sorry for being that blunt, but you're hindering each other right now for moving forward into something way better. Not that you're bad, not that your person is bad. It's just that as a mix, it's like you've reached your highest potential and what you were supposed to do together. And now like we're ready for the next step. And if you feel like this is your partner, like working in agony over there, be the loving person as the best as you can. Try to reach out to them and say, I feel what you're feeling. It sucks that you want to leave, but can we have this conversation? And oh my God, that would go such a long way. But I understand that that's tough. You just want to shut your eyes and you want to pretend that it's not happening and you want to hope for the best. And what do I know? Maybe miracles can happen, and it feels wrong when I say that. But like, take whatever applies for you in this. My goodness, this is a long reading. But anyway, take care of you guys out there. See you back in 2 weeks for your other love reading, and let's see what I put out next week. Take care. Bye.